surface, but people usually beat me down because of it. And so I thought, well, maybe I shouldn't be this way. Maybe I am weird like everybody tells me. But now that I'm 56, I'm just like, okay, you don't like me, you can just not be around me. And it is so much healthier to be authentic, because it's like liberation. And you have to realize, like I have had, we all have to come to this, and if you don't, then you're never going to be feeling in flow with yourself and healthy. That nobody's going to come to your rescue. You have to rescue yourself. How you allow people to treat you is about you. You can put it on to all these abusive people or whatever, but it really comes down to you. It obviously is not our fault when we are raised in a terrible situation by our parents. That's not our fault. But once we get out into the world, and I don't like to even say fault, it's really your responsibility to own your body, own your spirit, own yourself, and let go of what other people are going to treat you the way you allow them to treat you. Dr. Phil says that. And, you know, it's so many things you have to do, especially if you come from a lot of damage and trauma. You're going to have to meditate. You're going to have to find something spiritual. For me, spiritual now, I used to go to very conservative churches because I thought maybe they would love me. And it always felt very empty to me, because it was very judgmental, very oppressive, everybody had to do certain roles. To me, that's not real. It's not, and also there was a lot of dominance over animals. And they justified it they justified their wars, their abuse and violence through the Bible. That's not what Jesus was about, by the way. He was true love, and he would have been a vegan. But at any rate, there's one man his name is Pastor Robert Monroe. I follow him. He's a Christian, and he sermonizes. He'll be on sermonizing tomorrow. He's on Facebook. He's in Massachusetts, and he's a vegan, and he uses the Bible as a support for his Christian vegan beliefs. But anyway, so I have been searching since I was a very young child for things that would make me feel healthy. My mother was drunk every day and on prescription drugs and very abusive, married a lot of men. We always moved. There was no stability. So I was always searching for something to not be like her. And in some ways, I guess maybe that kept me from becoming an alcoholic and a drug addict. I'm sure I have the genetics for it, but I just didn't want to be like that. I didn't want to marry a bunch of guys, be miserable, always focused on them instead of my own issues, which I did do sometimes with my ex-husband. He was the only person who cared about me, and I feel that I was the one who destroyed that marriage. And I did a lot of great things for him. He did some really good things for me, but I was very focused on what he wasn't rather than what he was. And he's dead now, really in large part due to his terrible childhood. He really destroyed his body, and I begged him as we started talking again. He did a lot of bad stuff to me after we split. And there was no justification for what he did, but at the same time, I understand it now, because for one thing, he had nobody, and I took the kids, and I did the best I knew how, and I did some really good things, and I really believed in his abilities and stuff, but he was more like my child in a lot of ways, and I felt resentful, but at the same time, I had my own issues of criticism and always trying to control everything. So we all have our issues, but some people have more because of their past. I've always been a very good person. I know that I am because I'm 56, so I've lived a long time, and nobody can talk me out of that anymore. I just steer clear of people who need to put me down or don't listen to me or they're not acknowledging me. And there's a lot of people like that, because a lot of people just want to talk about is themselves. So steer clear of those people. So for my website, and if you want to join my group, we are going to, first of all, just be authentic and talk about issues within a safe framework where it's confidential, and be healthy. And I know I'm reiterating what I already said, but learn to be healthy. For instance, drink lots of, this is purified water with, everything I eat and drink and put on my skin is organic. Organic lemons, organic stevia. I drink this, I normally drink out of a cup, and I'm gonna drink some now because I'm really thirsty. And I normally have, when I drink out of a glass, and I have a big glass purifier. I don't use plastic anymore. I obviously get some stuff in plastic, like my shampoos and stuff, and I'm learning to make my own shampoo. Trying to get rid of as much stuff that's destroying the earth as possible. If I lived out in the middle of nowhere, I'd be burning, which I know is bad for the environment, but I just don't want it in the dumps where it's getting into the stomachs of animals and the land animals and also the ocean animals. So I'm gonna drink some, sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm 56, I can do what I want, y'all. So, I'm going to show you some of the things that I love to use. They don't sponsor me. I wish they would, actually. I have a podcast, too. I just started. It's called The Circle of Life, too. So this is Osea Malibu. It's made out of seaweed. I grew up in San Francisco around smelling the ocean, hearing the ocean with the foghorn come in, just kind of enveloping you and just softness. And But anyway, I used to eat a lot of seafood, and so I eat seaweed now. I buy the packages of organic seaweed that are usually toasted in sesame oil. You can just buy the big squares of nori and bake them with sesame oil and sea salt. So this is made out of seaweed. It's out of Malibu. It's about 80. I can't remember how much this is. It might be 40. I can't. It's called Undaria algae body oil. And it is lovely. I put it on my skin all the time. I put a lot of things on, but it's all natural, it's all vegan and all organic. I use Synergy too. I use different supplements, but Synergy's one. It is expensive. The stuff is expensive, but it's worth it. It's your health, right? So this is bone renewal, but they have everything. I get different things for my skin and multivitamins. Synergy. I heard about herbal face food from Fumiko Takatsu. She's I'm certified for my face yoga, which I'll be teaching too through this. It smells like heaven, and you don't have to put much on your skin, so you can eat it too. I think it's got a lot of oregano in it. This is another company, Moon Juice. Blue Beauty adaptogenic protein, and it's all vegan, it's all natural, and you can build your collagen in your skin, which after the age of about 45 you'll start noticing a lot of sagging in your skin. Your boobs start sagging. That's another thing. Speaking of boobs, your boobs sag as you get about past 40, but I don't wear wire bras anymore. I do have them for when I wear dresses and I'm going somewhere. I sing too, so if I don't want to have a picture or just even feel like I'm kind of saggy when I'm singing, plus it's kind of hanging, it's gonna be more pressure. I mean, my boobs aren't that big, but just going down too low, and I want my diaphragm to be open. You want to be really open when you're singing and get full breath. Not to say that I'm that great of a singer, but I'm getting better. And you want to have as much green in your diet, spirulina, organic. And then I was going to show you, this is why I had the spoon. We're going to eat together. When you join my group, we're going to eat together. We're going to have little tea parties, little Japanese tea parties with hot. I've got a beautiful cast iron tea kettle with little Japanese teacups, and we're going to put matcha green tea in it and drink together. So we're going to have a little tea. We can do a virtual tea party. We're going to eat. So this is, speaking of tea, and these haven't even opened. These are beautiful tea balls. I didn't put them in hot water or they would be open by now, and they have little flowers in them, and you put them in clear glass, and it's so beautiful. So what I have in here is organic fruit, strawberries, blackberries, and I put some of my basil from I'm growing organic basil and strawberries. This is not my strawberries keep dying, but anyway, I overwater stuff. Tomatoes and mint out on the porch. I think this has some mint in it too. But the organic blackberries, I'm big on these. They're like $5 for a little case, but they're so, And I put organic lemon juice on here, purified water, some stevia. I have some leftover, I don't drink, but I do have some organic, I have organic vegan wine, because you want to make sure your alcohol is vegan, because they use pig guts to make alcohol. So I put some of my organic dark lager, you call it lager or lager, the dark beer in here, because I just want to get rid of it. So if I'm acting a little funny, no, I'm just kidding. So there's all berries in here, and I do put bananas in my smoothie in the morning, but bananas are really high in sugar for me, and it's hard for me because I crave sugar a lot, and I also eat heavy foods, and we really need to get heavy foods out of our diet because they weigh you down, they make you sleepy, make me sleepy anyway, and that's all that digestion, all that blood that's going there. So, okay, so this is a cool thing too. You can buy these on Amazon and put them, it's actually my new hat, my new baker's hat, no, I'm just kidding. It's to put over your bowls, so you don't have to use plastic. Now, I do have reusable, this is plastic, you just wash them, so you don't have to do any saran wrap or anything, which is terrible for the environment. Remember, it's ending up, for any vegans watching this, think about all the plastic and all the garbage you're throwing out. It's terrible, it's killing the animals, so consider that. So we're gonna do, since I'm a yoga teacher, and like I said, I know a lot of Tai Chi, we'll do Tai Chi together, we'll support each other, we'll eat together, we'll do our tea, we'll drink our tea or something warm to really just, we'll start our time together by breathing. Let's just breathe together first. Let's just do a little breath. Put your hands together in a mudra, put your feet flat on the earth, or you can stand up and close your eyes. Bring that breath in through your nose. Fill in your belly all the way down to your feet, and exhale through your mouth. Exhale audibly, inhale. Inhale love and softness and kindness and compassion, then exhale all the negative out. Soft smile on your lips, slowly opening your eyes. So we're going to do our breathing. We're going to do our tea ceremony. We can do herbal. You can do herbal tea or just hot water, whatever works for you. But it's just a really warming, calming, ceremonial way to open up our time together. And then we're going to do some exercises. We can do. I teach chair yoga, and I also teach mat yoga. So we can do some of that. Then we're going to do facial exercises. And the facial exercises help. You've got a big muscle that, sorry, I can't remember the name of it. I studied anatomy and I forget a lot of the names. But anyway, the muscle starts here and it goes all the way back. So I'm just going to show you some of my favorite exercises. So you want to make sure that your forehead is flat so you don't have any wrinkles. Soften your shoulders, which I was not doing. Breathe. All the way down into your feet. Let's open up our eyes and look up to the sky. You can also, I kind of press in, up and down, and then I'm just giving you a little snack, a little taste of what we're gonna do. And then binocular eyes, so you wanna make sure that we don't have any lines on your forehead, and you're gonna look up and look down, and then look up to the all the way up to the right corner and all the way down to the left. And this helps with your eyes. And we're gonna there's so many things we can do. we're also going to, so we're going to work on our all these little imperfections that you start seeing, the crow's feet, the nasolabial folds, the lines and wrinkles across the forehead, the sagging skin. I do, when I'm walking my dogs, which I do all day, which I'm just about to go do again, I constantly am holding my skin and looking up and closing my eyes and looking up. And I do different things for my face and for my cheeks and for my lips. I do this, and I do, make sure your shoulders are soft, sliding down your back. So that's the swan's neck. You want to breathe. Don't hold your breath. And there's all kinds of things we're going to do together. Let's see. Cat-cow is a really important yoga exercise. So we're going to start out by doing that. Inhale, look up. Exhale, close. Inhale, look up. Exhale, close. We're coming down and creating a C with our backs. Inhale, look up, create a U with your back, bring your shoulders back, open up your heart, and come back to a tall spine. That's one of the many exercises we'll do for our body yoga. So I think that you'll just get so much out of this, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna share all the great things that each one of us knows that has helped us make a better, healthier body and a healthier life, and support each other in that, support each other in raw veganism. I'm really highly recommending raw veganism to start cleansing your body, doing intermittent fasting from say 6 or 7 in the evening till 11 the next day. I've known about fasting since I was a teenager. When I became a vegetarian, I was very into consuming information. So I didn't end up like what I was around. I just really wanted to be different, and I wanted to be healthy, and I used to jog. Now I just walk a lot, and I'm probably gonna jog eventually. That's one of my goals. You see a lot of people out jog, well, not a lot. I'm in North Carolina outside of Raleigh, so